Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to regular council meeting of Monday, March 20th at 4:30 p.m. I just have a few announcements to make as I call the meeting to order. So Patrick, you want to give us an update?
I just want to say, on behalf of council, congratulations to the Dragons getting out of the first round against the Canmore Eagles in 6 games and start on round 2 with Black Falls this coming week. Congratulations.
Yes, go Dragons, go. Crystal.
Just letting everyone know about the newly created Badlands Trail Society. They're having their annual general meeting on March 30th at 5 p.m. at the Royal Canadian Legion. They're looking to connect with other community members who like to hike, walk, run, mountain bike, cross country ski, and everything in between. Come for a meet and greet of their board and enjoy some $5 chili and meeting of the minds. All ages welcome.
Perfect. Any additions to the agenda? No. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda as presented? Patrick?
I move the council adopt the agenda for the March 20th, 2023 regular council meeting as presented.
Seconder? Lisa? All in favor? Carried. Can I get a motion to accept the minutes of March 6th, please? Crystal?
I move that council approve the minutes for the March 6, 2023 regular council meeting as presented.
Seconder, please. Tony? Comments? All in favor? Carried. All right, we shall move on to 6.0, and we have the Drumheller District Chamber of Commerce here to make a presentation. So Deanna and Patrick, would you like to come forward? All right, before you guys get started, I just want to say a few things. So there's not enough words, so I'm going to try and keep this brief. But we are so excited, Patrick, that you got receiving of this award. So well deserved. And I know you've got some formal stuff, but I just want to give a bit of history how we got here. And as much as it's Patrick, I have to acknowledge Catherine as well, because she's very instrumental in this. So there we go. Catherine was born here in the Valley, and her and Patrick decided to come here after several years of serving in the Canadian Armed Forces. And they were so committed to their country, and they came back and wanted to retire here in the Valley. And I ran into them after they arrived, and of course, I try to get everybody involved in something. And they got talking about the airport. And so I said, why don't you join the committee? And they ended up joining the committee. Then they ended up running the airport. And they literally have taken the airport from pretty much a non existent entity in the valley to one of the most respected airports, small airports, municipal of our size. So I just think, the news traveled of how great our airport is. People started coming and flying in. You guys increased the usage of the airport by I don't know how many hundreds of percent. The amount of funding that was made through the fuel sales that got us to a point of actually making we're almost where the airport is self-sustainable. And with their support, we were able to get grants for lighting, pavement. They helped lobby for a lot of this work. And so there's just a few comments that people have wrote that I'd like to read. I can tell you that because of the hospitality, we will without a doubt be back there. These were people that flew in from Manitoba. Without the amazing improvements to the airport, our dollars would have gone to another community. I'll be definitely returning soon. Thank you, Drumheller. Flew in early Sunday morning and stayed 2 nights because of the hospitality. Short flights to see Tom Cochrane at the Badlands Amphitheater, an amazing airport we saw. If you're looking for a place to go, head to Drumheller. Patrick and Catherine are absolutely amazing. Fuel is a very good deal, and there's a courtesy truck to head into town. So there's just so many things I could sit here. I could go on for the next hour of how much we appreciate everything you guys, both of you, do for the Valley. And so on that note, I will turn it over to Deanna.
Thanks, Heather. On behalf of the Alberta Chambers of Commerce and the Drumheller and District Chamber of Commerce, I am pleased to present the Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee Medal to Patrick Bonneville. Patrick has served in the Canadian Armed Forces, committing to lives and our country. Upon returning to Drumheller, he has volunteered endless hours to making our airport a sustainable and economic driver of tourism. He fully embodies what it means to be a Canadian and an Albertan. Congratulations, Patrick.
Congratulations again, Patrick, and thank you both for everything you do. Keep up the great commitment to the Valley. Thanks again for joining us. All right, we shall move on to 7.1, please, Dagan.
Thank you. I'm here this evening with a request for decision on the notice of intent to expropriate one property in East Cooley. So the East Cooley Phase 2 berm is going to proceed to construction in spring of 2024. And in order to construct the berm, we need to complete partial or full acquisition of 8 parcels in the community. We have been negotiating with the landowners there since the fall, November 2022. And this particular full buyout parcel, the landowner has rejected our offer of a full buyout at fair market value based on an appraisal of the property. And so our next step in obtaining the property as required for construction is to move to expropriation. And so we'll need a resolution approving the expropriation by council, and then we can take the next steps in the process. I have a figure here in front of us from the package, which shows the lot, which is outlined in blue, and the footprint of the berm that we're proposing. It's right against the Red Deer River bank there. You can see the land really drops away outside of the property line. And essentially between the berm and the swale, it does take up the whole lot there. So there's really no room to place the berm beside the lot or the house without building it into the river, which is not an option under the current regulatory conditions. So that's why we have decided to move forward with a full buyout for this property. The cost of the buyout is covered under our Alberta government grant funding for land acquisition. And as we move through expropriation, any damages awarded will be reviewed by the provincial government, and they'll determine on a case-by-case basis their eligibility for funding as well.
Thanks, Dagan. Can I get a motion, please, Council? Tom?
Yeah, I move that council approve the resolution approving expropriation of the lands identified as Plan 801 1334, Block 3, Lot 3, Title Number 901092160 as presented.
Seconder, please. Lisa, comments? Crystal?
Dagan, can you just verify the swell? That's what we would call a ditch when we're talking, just because when I look at that diagram, it
yeah.
was okay.
Yeah, the swale is a ditch to collect drainage and then convey
That's
it.
kind of already there.
It would be formalizing what's there.
Okay. I had that question asked from the drawing, so I just wanted to verify that. And what happens if the landowners decide, after the expropriation goes through, they decide, no, we want to come back to the offer? Is that still an option?
I believe it is to a point, but once the process starts being registered with land titles, it can be more difficult to stop.
And we're still looking at that, like 4 months for land titles?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, thank you.
Lisa?
So just out of curiosity, so you've been working since November, October of 2022. Did the homeowners get their own appraisal done as well?
I don't believe that they did.
So there technically still would be a bargaining piece there. So we wouldn't have to go to expropriation?
I guess that it was offered to them that they could get their own appraisal, but I believe they decided against that and decided that they would prefer to move to this process.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? All right, all in favor? Carried. Okay, well, that concludes that part of the agenda, and now we have some land stuff to deal with. So can I get a motion, please, council? Crystal?
I move that council close the meeting to the public to discuss facilities, project planning, third-party contracts, and third-party work plan process as per FOIP 16, disclosure harmful to business interests of a third party, FOIP 23 sub 1, local public body confidences, FOIP 24 sub 1, advice from officials.
Seconder, Stephanie, all in favor? Carried. Well, that's concludes the council meeting for today. Wishing you all a fabulous week, and the weather sounds like it's going to be good. So if you got any time, chip out those things to help our public works fellows for the drainage. Take care of yourself, and we will see you soon. Bye bye.